everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Girls Gone Book Club and Podcast. And it's our first ever episode featuring a guest author.
Today, we have with us author Mo Flames. Mo, we are beyond excited to have you here today. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to hop on and chat with us.
Hey, I'm super excited to be here. I'm just excited that you guys got me here with you. I think I saw the email earlier this week. I was like, hey, it's almost Wednesday. Hurry up.
We met Mo at the 2025 ApollyCon Book Conference back in April, and we are thrilled to have you with us today. If you want to take a minute just to introduce yourself, and then we'll hop right in.
Cool. Well, like they said, I'm Mo Flames. I am a contemporary romance author who probably goes across everything romance, dark, nothing sweet. So let me not say everything romance. Nothing sweet. There's nothing sweet over here. There's not a lot of spice going on, so nothing sweet. No closed doors. We have the doors wide open. Everything's wide open and very, very spicy. Nothing under 4.
Just the way
They
I
can
like it.
attest to that. Yes, just the way we all like it. I enjoy lots of drama, lots of scandal. So I probably pin myself as being the chaos queen. But my stories are all interconnected. So any of my characters, they probably know a character from a previous book. You don't have to read them all. But I just love my characters to connect. So anytime you hear about a Mo Flames book, just know that you're probably going to talk about all the books because everybody knows somebody. Kind
Yeah.
of like Cheers, right?
I
You know
love that
somebody,
about
you
him,
know
though.
somebody. So yeah, that's kind of how I write. So that's me. And I live in Georgia. I like to tell you I live in Georgia. That's the other thing. And my characters are living here in Atlanta. So that's the other part too.
I love that.
So yeah.
I like, I've read several
Yeah.
of your books, probably more than several at this point. And it's just like little Easter eggs. Every time like another person's mentioned or a couple's mentioned, I'm like, oh, this is great. I love it so much.
Right. Yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
know her. She was in that book, right? So yeah, you have to go back like, wait a minute, I know her. So that's
Yes,
why I like it that
love
way.
that.
Oh, yeah.
You get me.
So we're gonna do this kind of like Q&A style. Like we said, this is our very first author that we've had on. We're super excited. So listeners, if you like certain things, let us know. If you don't like certain things, let us know. But let's start with, a lot of readers probably do know your backstory. But could you tell the listeners and us why you got into writing, what inspired you to write the genres that you do?
Yeah. So like most authors, hopefully writers, you were a reader first, right? So for me, I shouldn't have probably been reading some of those stuff back in the day. Tell my business. So yeah, all the Harlequin, that was me. My mom and dad would take us to like different stores and especially like the flea markets, right? And they would have the ones that were 99 cents or whatever. And my mom's, hey, pick out your favorite books. So I'm picking out these different books and I would slide in some of the Harlequin. And as I got older, those were closed door, but I noticed some of them started teetering on that. That's not closed door. At my age, I didn't know, but I'm thinking this is really good for me. And then there were stories I'm thinking, I could do this, I could write this, and I'm gonna date myself, guys. I'm gonna date myself. If you're listening, if you remember a guy, I think his name is Robert Cannell or John Cannell. He used to be on most of the nightly, not soap operas, but primetime shows. And at the end, he would type on a typewriter and pull out the sheet of paper and it would flip over in like a curl. That was me in my head. I'm going to type like this guy. I'm going to pull out my sheet of paper. And my dad bought me a Brothers typewriter. And I got to do that. Type on that thing and pull out my paper, all of that. I'm dating myself because I'm telling you, I had the correction tape. It was like none of this where you could backspace. We
That's
would correction
amazing.
tape. Yeah, so I'm dating myself back when it was brothers computer typewriters, not computers, typewriters. So I just knew I wanted to write. I always had a notepad. My dad got the brothers typewriter for me. It was because I was just lost in someone else's world, and I felt like, hey, I could write that too. And even though I went to college and it became like an afterthought, as an adult, a single mom, someone said, hey, you have all this time now, do it. And MySpace was around with blogging. And I started sharing snippets from this story from One Ain't Enough. And I started sharing snippets from that story. And people were like, who is this writing this story? And that was kind of it. I just said, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to write this story. And that's kind of been my path. I've just been putting out short stories, different things, and believing in myself. So it was really just reading other awesome. I have them here. I have Walter Mosley because I love mystery, love suspenseful stuff. Stephen King, okay. On writing, that is like I go to that every year. If you're an author, you're a writer, someone who is aspiring to write, get his book. It tells you all the things you need to do and need to know as an author. Elin Harris, Eric Jerome Dickey, they are African American male authors. If you read any of my men in my books, you kind of that's kind of where I learned how to write like men. If you ask me, I did. I must say those two men were the first that I ever read like that, and I'm like, hey, I like their style of writing. So I tend to pick up some of their style of writing, and that's pretty much my background. How I started into getting into writing fiction and romance. I don't think I'm going to write anything else. Oh, and there's one other thing I have to tell you. Soap operas. I'm a soap
Oh,
opera head. Growing up, coming home, my mom stayed in Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful, Guiding Light, all the different things. So if my stories kind of have that feel too, that's why I just feel that interconnection where everyone knows everyone is because when you go into soap operas, don't they know
they
everybody,
They
or
do.
aren't
do.
they like interconnected with their drama
Yes.
and their scandal?
I
That's it
love
too.
that.
So I can write a good soap opera.
I love that.
After reading your books, I can
Yeah.
totally see that.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely. So, as an accomplished author, are you also an avid reader? And do you have a certain author you like to read or whose stories you gravitate towards?
Oh gosh, yes, 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 yes. I love. Oh my god, I could get stuck. I'm in my dark
Oh
romance era
yes.
though. Just so
Ooh.
you know, I'm in my dark romance era right now. But to go to there's an author called Blue Sapphire. I could get lost in her world. I mean, if you want to talk about connecting worlds, I she gave me a blueprint. She just finished a series called I think it's oh god, you guys, I would have to pull up my Kindle to tell you the name. But when I got it, I had to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. They were like, "Wait, it's coming out." We had to wait on this book. We waited a while for this book, but she connects her worlds, Blue Sapphire, and I go to her. Penelope Douglas. I was in a Penelope Douglas. I went down her rabbit hole
Yes.
Yep.
in her
Yes.
romance. Let's see who else. Dark romance right now. I'm in my dark romance era. There's so many to name. I've done, of course, H.D. Carlton. I've done, let's see, gosh, so many names are popping in my head. Don't want to cross last name. Like that's not her
Don't
last
count
name.
me on that one. Lost power.
I just Little Stranger. If you have not read that, read that Little
It's in my
Stranger.
TBR.
Girl, ever when you read it, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. When you read it, we have to talk about it. Please, we have to talk about it. Um, there's another one. It comes. The I'm gonna say Blackboard and Blackbird and the Butcher. That one.
Oh, but
Blackbird and
Butcher
the
and
Butcher.
Blackbird.
I know I
Yes.
was
Yeah.
gonna say it the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I was gonna say it the other way around. That one.
Yes.
What else? What else? But those are the ones. Those aren't go to. But I go right now. I'm in my dark romance era. But if I had to choose where I went to, it would be Blue Sapphire. She's such a good one. Brothers Black. That's one. That's one series she has. Brothers Black. Legally Bound. That's the first one I started with her. But she's my go-to. If I had to choose an author, she's my go-to.
Gotcha. Have you ever experienced writer's block? And if you have, what did you do to overcome it?
No, which is interesting. People are like you don't. No, because I found somewhere writer's block happens because various things. You could have personal roadblocks. It could be job, it could be family, it could be finances, it could be anything. And when you actually find out what that block is, deal with it so it doesn't block you. And for that question of what could you do to get out of it, find the things you love to do. Like I love playing The Sims. Of course, I said I love reading, so I'm going to find a book I love to read to do the thing that I need to help me, which is be inspired. So I end up being inspired by things that that I want to write about, right? Or I go watch a television show because I'm inspired by things that's on television, or I go on a good doom scroll. When I say a good doom scroll, you got IG, you got TikTok, you got, I mean, you can find all kinds of stuff out there, and people will be the inspiration. Life is an inspiration, but typically no, because I shared with you guys before we got on what I was going through. So Murphy's Law, things that, you say anything that can happen will happen, but blocks are what they are, is here, right? A mental block. So you have to do the thing to get you out of your head and, get you here. So I try my best to make sure those things aren't getting in the way. Practice meditation, lots of meditation, self-care. I have a day out, a weekend out the month that everyone in my family knows don't bother me. It's my day, self-care day. Do not bother mom, do not bother wife, do not bother me at all. I need that day to decompress, to like let the world out, let all the good energies in, reset, decompress, all that good stuff. And yeah, so that's how I deal with it. So I've never really experienced that moment of block, and I've tried to help friends who get through it kind of take on the idea that your block is probably just something you were going through and you just need to let it go. Like again, we're gonna have those issues no matter what, whether it's finances, family problems, kids, they drive us up the wall, job, God knows. If I could just give up my full-time job and do this full-time, God knows I would be happy. So so yes, I can't let my full-time job get in the way of this full-time job, right? So I started killing off my coworkers and my books. So I'm like, me, I don't like her. I don't like her next. I'm gonna make her name. I don't like her. So yeah.
I love that. I'm just gonna pop in real quick. Murphy's Law is legitimate. I have no power at my house now. So if you lose me, just keep on a trucking. You three, you got this. I'm using a torch right now. It's fine. Okay.
I wondered what happened.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
It's fine. There's a storm like I've never seen outside. Okay. How have your life?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a thunderstorm too.
Yeah, it's crazy. We haven't had rain in like 5 days, and now it's pouring it out of a boot. But how have your life experiences influenced your writing?
Yeah, just that life experiences everything. I said imitation of life. That to me, if there's something that's happened to me, more than likely it's in a book. I've intertwined it with my characters. I think people who know me know I love tacos.
Oh yeah.
Tacos are life. If you don't know Mo, anything, you win me over with tacos. So yeah, but life in general, we say what inspires you, just you guys inspire. Like I could probably put together something, say, hey, these girls got together, did a podcast and put it in the book, like, yeah, they're podcasters. They go around, they do a podcasting traveling around the world, right? So yeah, just life in general. Anything that happens to me, I've had people who've watched me come up with the whole story just hanging around me in a restaurant or going out somewhere. I find a muse just meeting them. Even at a Polycon, someone became a muse at Polycon. She's like, wait a minute. I said, yeah, you're gonna be in the book. Come on, look, I got all the information, and now she's in the book. So
That's so
anything
cool.
can spark. If you're an artist or you're a writer, whatever you call yourself, if you're creative, people, life is such an inspiration. You'll find it just like that. So for me, my experiences being married, being a mom, being a daughter, being a sister, you see it all through my books. That's why my friends are so colorful, because my friends are so colorful. That's why you see the girlfriends the way they are, the guys, everything. It's just a mishmash of all the people I've met. So yeah, it pours into everything that I do. So I have to pour that into my books. If nothing else, that's what you're going to find, me in those books and everything that I've experienced in there.
So, bouncing off that question, how do your favorite hobbies influence your writing?
Oh yeah. So let's see. One of my favorite, well, reading, right? So the fact that I read, I end up finding out so much more to do. Being that I'm reading, I end up getting influenced by so much. I must admit, reading how other authors write, that tends to influence me too. Like, oh my goodness, I found another way to say this. Because believe it or not, we think about it, we could keep saying the same things over and over again. But if we hear it from someone else done a different way, it's, oh, I have a new way to say this. So reading helps a whole lot with that. And then another hobby that I have, Sims. Now, playing The Sims, that means I can create people right? Little the people that ends up being in my actual world. So with them being just a moment, just a, sorry.
Life,
I love
man.
it's not just us. It's everyone. Yes. I love that.
You're gonna have to edit that part out. I told you I have to edit that part. I'm so sorry. I've been in the
That's
middle of saying,
No,
hey,
it's
hey.
totally fine.
okay.
So yeah,
Uh,
start over and then you can edit that part out. So I love playing The Sims. So as I'm playing with The Sims, those are my characters. So I actually can create my families in The Sims, and I've done that. Create a whole, what you would call like my whole storyline in The Sims. Take that.
that's so cool.
And I've decided I have a Patreon, so I've been telling my Patreon members like, hey, do you want to see me play the game and come up with the next storyline? They're like, yeah, let's do that, let's do that. So
Oh, that's
that's been one of the
cool.
things. That's
Yeah.
been one of the ways to also do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a buff on I'm a documentary person. I love watching documentaries, but they're always the ones about for my man snapped.
Yes.
So those also inspire me too. So those are my hobbies of watching. If you ever see in the back of my book, that's my hobbies watching Snapped, Criminal Minds, or
Oh,
any
I
other
love Criminal
documentaries.
Minds.
So that's how I end up getting inspired for some of those romantic suspenses as well.
Okay. I don't know if Sheila's back with us or not.
Maybe,
Um,
maybe.
how did you develop the relationships between your characters?
Oh, that's a good question. So for me, I'm gonna give. I don't know if I can't remember all of our questions, but if it ties into this, we'll come back to it. So for I have this quirk. I go on Pinterest. I pin a lot. I have an idea of what I think people, where people should be, or who should be with who, right? So once I kind of have it in my head, I need to go to Pinterest to see people. I just start throwing in different, hey, dark hair, light hair, short cut, long cut, and I just start letting it give me variations of people. Believe it or not, it just throws out different people. So then once I see a couple, for it just happens, guys. I
That's
can't
cool
explain it. It
though.
happens. Yeah, it happens. And people who have access now, when once the story comes out, I give people access to my Pinterest board. And when you see it, it's an explosion of the story. It's an explosion, and you can actually see how crazy my mind goes with these characters. But I see them, and I can actually witness. Oh my God, they're gonna be together! I can say this. So when you see Dom and Vince, oh my God, I'm like, they are going to be together because I can see it. I can see. Okay, that's her man, that's her man, that's her man, that's gonna be her man, or that's gonna be his girl, he gonna pick her because it comes together. So that's me. I can see people on a screen and pick them out, or see them in person and try to find them. I saw a couple at another book signing, and I followed them on Instagram, and I told them, I said, you are definitely my inspo for a couple. And come to find out, I said, yeah, I feel like you could be like an engineer. Why did a guy go to school for engineering? So it was like so good. It was like so perfect. So yeah, that's kind of how I do my couples. I see them
That's
and they just
crazy.
speak to me. And that's just it. It just comes together. I can't explain it, guys. I can't explain, but that's kind of the way it happens. I go on Pinterest and I see the different, looks, and they just come together, and they start talking to me like, Mo, I'm gonna be this. Mo, I should be that. Make me this, and it just starts to come together perfect.
I love that. It's like those posts on social media where people like collage
Yeah.
their
Yes,
images that they get from the story, and then you look
yes.
at it and you're like, that's exactly what I pictured.
And that's what I mean. Like if you go to my Pinterest, like once I finish the books, I usually open up, I make it public, and let you see. But the mood boards, like my PA or not, we'll get together and we'll make the mood board and we'll show you. But that's just a snippet. But I tend to pull in different things throughout while I'm drafting the story, and I'm like, oh, like Dom, she, when we get into that, but I was pulling all the different, attributes from it, that she loves pizza. I was going to Giordano's and pulling all the pictures for Giordano's. I'm like, oh, but she loves to dress up. She's a business consultant, but she dresses. She's so fly. When I found the woman who looked like her, I had no idea she was an actual model for a boutique. So when I went to click on one picture, it started giving me pictures for everything. And then I just went down a rabbit hole and I said, well, that will be her personality. Girlfriend is a business consultant. She can dress. And it just started. That's why I said I just once I see a person and I just kind of see whatever pins pop up for them kind of afterwards, it kind of takes a life of its own, and that's how I build from there too, as well for
I
my
love
characters.
that.
That's so
It's
cool.
so different, like from any other author. Like that's amazing. I love
Yeah.
that. What is the most rewarding feedback?
Yeah. Get this out of my wicked brain.
What's the most rewarding feedback that you've gotten
Oh my
about your
God,
characters?
you've been one of my most rewarding feedback. No kidding, like you. I'm gonna tell you, a Polycon was like, first of all, it was one of my dream events. Today, I just told someone a Polycon was a dream event I wanted to go to. So that was like number one, that I got to go to a Polycon. But for you, Sheila, to come and to introduce yourself to me and say about your podcast, and we just started talking. And do you know, like a week later, the girl that was there said, "Hey, did you talk to her? Did she say that you were coming on her show?" I was like, she did. At first, you know how you say, like, she probably just said that to me. She doesn't
No.
want me to come on her podcast with her friends. It was just all talk, because you hear a lot of things, but you never know
Yeah,
who's for
absolutely.
real or who's really serious about stuff. But I mean, it just was so. It was really as an independent author, and I'm in there, and I know you all heard that. Who was there? Amber, I know you heard. People were like, "Oh, you have to be called. Like your ticket had to be called." I'm still considered a newbie author, and to be in a room with so many amazing other penning, men and women, and I forget. I'm like two seats down from a New York Times bestseller. And I mean, her lines were wrapped around the corner. And here I am, you're coming and telling me you've read my books before. And I'm like, you know me? I don't know me from Georgia, you know me. Oh my God. And wait, you would love for me to come and be on a show with your book friends, your bookish friends? Like, girl, that is rewarding. That is huge. That has been sitting in my spirit for months now. And to be here sitting with you all tonight is just amazing. So that's rewarding, Sheila. That is huge. So thank you. That is by far the top to this year so far. So I don't know who's gonna top that. If you're listening, I don't know how you're gonna top that.
Well, this is the top for us too, because like
Look.
we started this podcast like 6 months ago, 8 months ago maybe, and we were like, oh, like in a year we'll have an author, in 2 years we'll have an author. And when I told you about the podcast, I was like, I'm just gonna shoot my shot. What's the worst that happens? Like people are gonna tell me no. And when you looked at me and you said, "Bitch, I want to be on your podcast," I was like, I want you on my podcast. I literally was like walking away from your table. I was like, guys. It was honestly my favorite thing about Polycon. All of my bookish friends have said, "What have you liked about a Polycon?"
Yeah.
And I was like, Mo Flames. Like I could not have met a single other author there, and you literally made the whole weekend for me. It was fantabulous.
Oh my
I loved
gosh.
it.
Oh, so it's the same. Awesome. That's so awesome. That feels so good. Yes, that's what it is. This right here is everything, no matter what. This I always say after every event I've gone to, it's never about. Sure, I would love to make tons of money, but it means absolutely nothing if I do not connect with my
I
readers.
love that.
It means nothing if I do not connect with you, because you can. I met so many readers there. They didn't have to buy a book, but they didn't forget me. I know they
Yeah.
didn't forget me. I would hope my personality shine. They didn't forget me. So it's always about the readers for me. So this, like I said, this was rewarding for
I
me. So
love
yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, how do you make your characters feel authentic? Because I will say, when I was reading, is it Reckless Desires? Um, like, Dom and her friends just are so
Yes.
real. And, like, they just have this connection that, like, I want to be their friend. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was saying about people are my muses. Like I infuse everybody. Even this becomes my palette for another storyline. Literally, like the connection I see between Sheila and Amber and Beth. That they're friends. I can pick up the energies, and I start thinking about that. And I'm saying, well, if I ever wanted to have a group of friends again, how would they be? Here it is. Like right away, we noticed Sheila went away for a moment, and Amber was already noticing it, and Amber knew. So Amber's tied in it. Back played it back a little bit. Like I'm gonna wait till Amber says something. Like I'm paying attention to the friends, right? But I have good friends, and so my friends are in all of these characters. I take little bits and pieces. Of course, Chastity is there's always a similar Chastity in every book. Like there's that friend. She's gonna be quick to say something. She's going to be witty. She's going to be funny, and she's going to be a little hot mama sassy too. Um, but I just love to have that balance. Like you're going to have the one that's sometimes quiet. You're going to have the one that's really, hey girl, in your face. Um, I just can't not have a book without friends. Like, how do you not have friends? I
Right.
know people say, I don't have a friend. Like, how? You need one friend, at least
Yeah.
one good friend. So I just try to make sure friends are authentic because I feel like I have authentic friends. They say, where were your friends when they let you leave the house? They let your slip hang out from under your dress, or let you, or let you dress that way, or let you. I've been wasted at outside, but my friends have made sure that I was wasted with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That I didn't end up so where I didn't have to be. So it's always like I've remembered the things that I've always done with my friends and how my friends had my back. I always try to infuse little bits and pieces of what I know to be good friendships into these friendships I cultivate in these books. And I never want my anyone who reads it say Mo doesn't know how to write a good friendship. Mo doesn't know how because her friends never look out for their other friends. They just do what they want to do. Like where were her friends when that happened? Now if you go against your friend, that's different. But
Yeah.
at least the friend tried to help you.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you write every day or do you take like breaks between projects? How do you work
I
it into
wish
your real life?
Well, I wish I could say I don't write every day. Because here's the thing, they won't shut up. So it's kind of hard. It's
The
kind of hard.
voices.
These characters are, this world won't stop. Okay, this world won't stop. So Reckless Desire actually blew open a huge thing. That nest egg that's in Reckless Desire blew open this whole world in Atlanta. So every character that happened after that has been like, hey, I want my turn, Mo, hurry up. So it's kind of like writing notes all the time, like, oh, write that note down. Oh, gotta write that note down. So I'm never not writing. Even my husband, the funny thing, I can leave, he's like, you're writing something down, aren't you? I was in the shower. I got out the shower with my phone and started leaning over. He said, you're writing notes, aren't you? I said, dude, this was the best part right here. I gotta write it down. He's like, oh gosh. But those moments happen. So I can honestly say even if I'm not writing 1,000 to 5K a day, I'm still writing something because I'm constantly building this world. I'm constantly world building this other verse of Atlanta. I call it the other verse of Atlanta because it's not the real Atlanta. I have people look for these places I'm
Right.
talking about. I'm like, it doesn't exist. I'm making it up. Don't go there. Don't go there. It does not exist in Atlanta. Please don't. So yeah.
So we did kind of touch on this a little bit, and the question is, what role does feedback play in your creative process? Um, so I know you've mentioned a lot about like you pick up from your muses, like you find things that you want, that you like in people and implement that. Has anyone
Yeah.
ever said something like
Yeah.
specific and it's caused you to be like, well, now I have to do a book based off that?
Oh yeah. Perfect one. You guys haven't read it yet, but it's Love in A
No, I
Minor.
haven't read that one.
It's a Rockstar series, Rockstar band. The first series I wrote is a spinoff from that. And I honestly, this is when I could not see the FMC. I could not see the female main character. I did not know what she looked like. I was having a very hard time. I knew what her personality was. I knew how she was. She was Miss Sunshine. It was a grumpy sunshine, enemies to lovers, and I just couldn't see her. I was going to a book event. I was going to a pop-up signing shop here, a pop-up signing event here in Atlanta, and it was a coffee shop. And mind you, my story was like the story was midway through, and I'm like, I'm really pushing it here. I don't even know what this girl looks like. I don't know what Shayla looks like. I gotta figure out what Shayla looks like. I mean, this girl is the main character. I get to this coffee shop, you guys. I walk in, one of the owners, he greets me. Hi, how you doing? The other owner, he'll be here shortly to walk you through everything. I'm like, great, great, great. I'm setting up the table with my friend. My friend who's almost always with me when I have these little, oh, I got another idea. The other owner comes in. He's like, hi, I'm Jamin. I'm like, Jamin? Wait a minute. Jamin? My main character's name is Wayman. I don't like Wayman. I like your name. It's Jamin. He said, well, before you make changes to anything, go check it out, see what it looks like. But I'm sitting on my phone like, spell it. And he's spelling. I'm like, I like it though. I write it down. But as I'm setting up my table, the day is starting for this coffee shop, you guys. And I'm starting to take in the coffee shop. And I mean, it's a vibe. It is a whole vibe. I mean, people are walking in, good morning, and good morning, and it's just, uh, and I'm sitting at I'm getting I go to the barista, and I'm sitting here, and I'm just taking in the whole place. It's just like, wow, this is nice. This is nice. But this girl walks in. When she walks in, y'all, it's like the whole room just changes. I can't explain it. It just changes. She comes behind the bar. She starts setting up shop. It's like the other baristas were there, but they weren't her. They just weren't her. And then she did this one thing. She started to put lip gloss on. Once the girlfriend got the lip gloss popping, said, there's my main character.
That is amazing.
I mean, and the girl, I pulled out my phone and I was like, and she's like, Mo, what are you doing? I said, that's Shayla. She's like, what do you mean? I said, that's Shayla. She's like, what? I said, that is Shayla, the main character.
That's
And
amazing.
then it was like three more characters from the book came in there. It Yeah, it was like the four friends. This was their coffee shop they come to all the time. The front of I basically it's the flagship store of this particular company, and in the front of the book I dedicated the book to them because the whole story completely circled around this particular coffee shop for the group. They go there, they have their teas, their different things. There's a whole scene that
Oh
happens
my
in the coffee
gosh.
shop. So that particular one was like so it was so inspiring to be there. It just hit my spirit, and I did name the main character Jamin. So the main character one of the
That's
owners
so great.
one of the owners' names.
Oh,
So
I
yeah, it was
love
really
that.
cool. Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
Okay. So, how do you manage self doubt during the creative process? Because I'm especially someone that I just struggle with. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not good enough. I don't laugh the right way. My
Yep.
teeth aren't white enough. Like, and it just stops me from doing a lot of things. So,
Yeah.
how do you deal
Same.
with that?
I'm trying to remember which one of my characters said, and don't forget who the F you are. One of my characters said that. And I don't remember who said that to one of them. I try to remember who I am because again, there's readers that love what I do. I try to remember you. I try to remember you, the reader. You love what I do. I make you laugh. I make you cry. I make you mad. Oh God, I've made some people very angry. Like you've read Reckless Desire. You probably and I
Well,
think
there
you
was a
may
part, and I was like,
right. Right. I know there's a part. I know what you're probably talking about. I know what you're talking about. So and I always give you those. Don't I'm
yeah.
giving you a heads up. Anything else you Beth, you're always gonna get one of those from me. You're gonna be like, I want to kick his
Because I was like, it can't end like this.
always from me. Always. Just know you're gonna get that moment. You're like, oh, this is so nice. I wanna so yeah. So those are the moments that I have to go back to. Like, don't forget that you are giving someone a different world to believe in, and it's creative. And you did this. You actually did this. You sat in front of a blank sheet of paper, put the words on there, had them believing this possibly could have happened to someone, and did, and did for some people. And it's entertaining. It's
Mhm.
frustrating. Oh my God, it's frustrating because there's some characters. What the fuck were you thinking? Why would you do that? And it's so humbling and all those things, right?
Mhm.
I have to put that back in front of me and remember my why. My why one day is to do this full time. I want to be able to go to places like a Polycon and have that, excuse me, line control. You gotta wait, and,
Right.
and and the reason be willing to wait to see me, and
Mhm.
then me
Yep.
sometimes say, you know what? I know the event is over. Do you guys, even though the building is not closing, do you mind? Because I don't mind waiting because they waited for me. I'm gonna stay here to see my last reader see me.
Hmm.
That's why I can get in front of the doubt because I know I've done it. I've done it once before, twice before because we were on book 11. I've done it 11 times over. I can do it again. So that's how. Don't get me wrong. The doubt be here like, oh my God, when am I going to get there? I'm not good enough. But I do remember there are readers who have been pushing me and been saying, Mo, I love your work. I absolutely love your writing. You keep me like guessing who's next, who's next up, which brother we writing next, and are they gonna show up in this book, and who I'm gonna see over there, and oh my God, what did he do? That's what keeps the doubt away from me.
There's only one
That's very
you.
inspiring.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about that weight loss thing. I've been fighting that though. I think I don't know about when you I saw the skin. I'm like, I don't know. I fight that too, Beth. I'm like, I don't know their doubt. You might be there again. Like, I'm not too skinny. I'm not skinny enough. I'm like, we're gonna fight that one, but we'll fight that one for a while.
I understand.
Yeah, I know
As
that.
I'm smoothing out my chins. But
What themes are you most passionate about to explore in your books?
Ooh, I am most passionate right now. Oh gosh, if I'm gonna run the list
yes.
down.
Go for it.
Because I feel like there's so many things to cover. I'm gonna put this up first. LGBTQI, all those themes right here. Okay, we're gonna cover because I just dropped Vengeful Justice, which is not the theme, but I have a character who's been hiding behind his sexuality. I'm not afraid of that. I have a daughter who identifies as a lesbian, so there will be a lesbian story coming, or rather, a
Ooh.
sapphic story
Yes.
coming from Flames. There will be an MM story coming from Mo Flames. As a matter of fact, there will be an MFMM story coming from Mo Flames.
Yes. Mine and
So
Amber's
yeah, but
favorite.
if you were in that room when we did the white shoes, then you know. So there's one that's been sitting in the back of my mind, guys. Cleo Evans and I had talked about that, I know, were you in that in the white shoes panel? Um,
Oh yeah,
we
we
never
listed that
we
panel.
never yeah, we never get to really talk about transsexuals in our books anymore. We don't see that. We don't get that. And I would love to explore those themes, those uncomfortable themes. I'm always for pushing the gamut on those areas, unorthodox topics, taboo topics, if you will. I'm here for it. Um, uh, I did DV in my first series. That was uncomfortable for a lot of
Yeah.
people, especially because the character, his wife would not leave him. She would not leave him. She stood 10 toes down, like that my man, that my man. I'm not going anywhere. Um, of course, I write IR, I write multiracial, so that's something that is not always accepted. Um, let's see. Those are like the top ones. And I told you I'm in my dark romance era. So Joey is going to be my first official dark romance, like really dark. I have the gray cat. He's been gray since
Yeah.
my first series, but he's going to have his full on dark romance either the end of the year or the beginning of the year with
Oh, I'm so
Nevaeh.
excited.
I
So
think
yeah.
I'm most excited about his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Joey's the
Yeah.
reason why.
Oh
Joey's the
yeah.
reason.
Yeah. Just because the whole
Yeah,
time I was reading that, I was like, I need more of this.
yeah. No,
I,
everyone's
I
looking
want to
forward to
know
Joey.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you didn't read the enough series, but people who read the enough series, they are absolutely looking forward to seeing what Joey is up to. Joey's the
I'm
one.
so excited.
He's the Moretti. Everybody wants to know what's up with that
Mm-hmm.
dude.
Yep.
So, Mo, what is
Yeah.
the most difficult part of writing a book for you? And that can be from like your outline to your publishing. What do you find the most tedious, hardest, time consuming?
Not having four hands. Not having four hands to get them all out. No, seriously. Like the fact that this has been my passion, um, none of it is hard. Like even my editors, I have more than one editor because I write short and I write longhand. So the shorter stories go to a different editor, the longer stories go to another editor. Um, funny. I love to hear from them. I'm a perfectionist by nature. I'm just that much. I'm just that anal. So I love us tearing my stories apart because there's nothing that's meant to be perfect, right? So if they're saying, "Hey Mo, we need to fix this," even my betas, I love sending my manuscripts to my betas, the arcs. If you find something, I that's why even in the back of the book, hey, you find an error, tell me. I want to fix this. I don't want to put out poor quality work. So it's nothing really for me. I find to be difficult. If anything, I want more hands to get all my thoughts out, to get more done, to really, because you know how I'm like, oh my God, I have this idea. I want to write it, but I have to finish this story first. So if anything, I get frustrated. I'm like, I gotta finish this story. I want to start this. I want to get this one going. That's about all. But the process, my process, I'm a pantser. So I try to plot. These characters laugh at me. Like, you think I'm gonna stay with that? Good luck, sister. I like your idea, Mo. But by the time you get in here, start writing, I'm gonna flip the script on you. I'm gonna give you some, like that whole thing, Joey popping up. That was not planned. That was not, because again, people who know the series, that was a total egg. They were like, "Girl, where did that come from?" So that's why I said my stories connect. Joy was not supposed to be there. Joy was not supposed to even be in that story. So yeah, that was a total left for me. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? Hey Mo, huh? I want in. Put me there. Put me in,
I
coach.
am keeping my eyes so peeled for if you ever open your beta and arc read, because I will be on that like an owl.
Okay. You know I got you, Sheila. You know I got you. You know I got you. First up. You know it. I
I
got your
love it.
email. You're first up.
So, how do you balance personal life with professional commitments?
Oh gosh. Is there ever a balance, man? I'll be honest, it's really hard. I've had my husband come in, hey lady, hey, can you come up here and reenact that upstairs? It's time to come about your cave, baby. Come on up out the cave. I mean, no, seriously. Hubs has had to tap my shoulder a few times. Like, come on up out of here. It can be difficult because this is, I love doing this. My passion is so strong for it. I could forget about the world exists. I could, and that is the difficult part about marketing for me. I forget there's a world out here that needs to know I exist. I got to pay people to market for me because I'm like, you want me to come online too? I want to
Yeah.
write. If I get to come online and do all the fun content creation, I'll never get a book done because I'll get sucked into doing content creation, right? So for me,
Oh,
the
yeah.
balance is so I really struggle. I really struggle. I mean, I'm not kidding. I literally have to be the one. Someone has to, as I said, my husband has to tap me, or I have to remind myself, hey, come back over here and do this. Come back over here and get this done, because otherwise something's gonna not get done. Some nights I haven't cooked dinner. So. Hey, fit for your look. It's fit for yourself Fridays anyway. Well, we're pizza tonight. I was like, when the last time you cooked? I have no idea. I can cook. I can't tell. I don't know, but tonight's a pizza night. Tonight is
Yeah.
I don't know, ramen noodles. But yeah, but it is. It's a little difficult when you really love doing this. It can get hard to balance it out. It can get hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
What advice
imagine.
would you
I'm gonna.
give to someone starting their first book? Sorry, Beth.
Oh no, it's
Mm.
okay.
My advice is to write it. Just get it all out. Don't stop. Literally, when I say this word, I mean it. Regurgitate it. Like, get it all out. And once it's out, don't give it to your family members. 'Cause no, unless you know they are a true reader and love reading. Because our family and friends are the nicest people on earth, and they will tell you, "Girl, you did a good job," and walk away. Child, know what that girl was writing. I don't know, but because we want our family and friends to support, and sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But I would say, get it all out, put all that stuff on paper, get it out your head, and then possibly find, actual, because everywhere now we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have so many different social sites that give you reader groups, writer groups that you can get into and find a beta, an alpha, someone who literally doesn't know you. And this is the part I'm going to also say, be ready to cry, because this is giving someone your hard work. Erica Badu said it. We are artists and we're sensitive about our shit. So you're going to be sensitive. It's going to hurt your feelings because it is your first regurgitated draft of what you were thinking, and it's probably not cohesive. But if you wanted to do a draft, what they call edit your own draft, that's fine. But it's still going to be a naked. It's going to be so what my friend called a crunchy draft, messed up and rough. It's okay. That's what editors are for. Let someone read it. Let someone tell you, girl, I really can see your vision. It just needs to be polished. So yeah, but I would say that just write it, get it out your head. That is the first step. You got to get it out your head because it means nothing if you just say, I want to write. I love to write a book and you have nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Write the book.
Yeah.
And then find a group, a beta to get you to help you out for a beta to help you and tell you what it sounds like and then go for there. Yeah.
Perfect. So I guess I'm going to ask Sheila's question. Sorry. Okay. So
Yes,
let's.
oh, you gonna do her voice too? Wait,
I know. I don't know why I did that, but that was like perfect. I'm not even gonna try because I will offend somebody. And like obviously I know I do not sound anything like
but
Sheila.
you said, I said, oh, she's gonna sound like Sheila now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's switch gears and talk about two specific books that you wrote. Falling for Jordan and Reckless Desire.
Yes.
Just for listeners, we are going to read the blurbs on the back for some content. But these
Okay.
books, I don't have the blurbs because I was not prepared for this question. I'll have to look them up. That's okay.
Okay.
Just for listeners, we are going to read the blurbs on the back for some context. But these books focus on two of the Moretti brothers, Vincent and Nico. So Mo, oh, you're supposed to read them, not me. Never mind. Mo, would you do us the honors of reading your own blurbs?
Yes, I can. Go.
Perfect.
I had a little friend in here. My daughter's cat was trying to get out. He was like meow meow meow. I'm like, okay, let me bring him out. He's gonna
Oh
drive
my
me crazy.
gosh.
It was so funny. Okay, let me grab that for you. Hold on. And I knew that was something I was supposed to do. See,
Okay, well, perfect.
you were on it. I wasn't. You were on it, and I was not prepared.
Just barely.
No, and I was too busy trying to say, "Hey, you're trying to sound like Sheila," but I got it. So
It's
I'm
fine.
gonna start with Reckless Desire because technically, if you were to read the books in order, which I will say you should read Reckless Desire first because
I
Vince Moretti
did
is the
that.
oldest brother.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Reckless Desire. It starts out like this: Assume the position, baby boy. Vincent Alessandro Moretti III is a master of creative problem solving, known for his ability to resolve even the most impossible dilemmas. But when one of his brothers lands himself in hot water, Vincent's expertise is tested more than ever before. Vincent must use every skill in his arsenal to make this problem disappear. Meanwhile, Dominique Nayari Benoit is thriving in her career after shedding her negative marriage. She doesn't think she'll ever open her heart up to love again, her heart again, excuse me, and it isn't interested in settling down with anyone anytime soon. But everything changes when her path crosses Vincent at Club Desire. As sparks ignite, they stumble into a web of hidden dangers and deceit that threatens to derail all that each have worked for. Can Vincent fix the problem this time, or will his reckless desire for Dominique lead them to their downfall? All right, so that is Reckless Desire. Now let me get you to Falling for Jordan, his baby brother.
Yes.
And this is Falling for Jordan. A powerful and undeniable attraction ignites a forbidden romance. Jordan Carter, a fiercely ambitious lawyer at Carter Equity Holdings, stumbles into a whirlwind romance that shouldn't, no, can't happen. Her heart skips a beat, maybe 10, when Nicholas Nico Moretti, a notorious playboy and former college crush, re enters her life amidst a high profile acquisition. As their professional facades melt away, desire replaces reason and passion burns hot. Unseen obstacles appear as dark forces conspire against them. Secrets lurking in their families' histories, old vendettas, betrayals, and a sinister past weave a complex web that threatens to rip their passionate connection apart. Still, Jordan and Nico dare to explore their burgeoning love while the ghosts of their family's intertwined histories emerge, casting a long and ominous shadow. An unexpected tragedy forces an uneasy peace between the two Warren families, forcing them to unite. Long buried mysteries are unearthed, kindling a quest for truth and perhaps reconciliation. In a world where battle's legacy and passion provokes the past, can Jordan and Nico's love survive the ultimate test?
Very good. I know. Just makes me want to read them again. Oh, so do you recall what inspired you to write these two books specifically?
Well, because the series. That's why I said the world. They're connected. The world is connected. So they have the brother that lands himself in trouble is in a series, and the trouble he lands himself in happens somewhere, possibly between that series, after that series, somewhere during that series, the brother lands himself in trouble. And like I said, the readers who read that series have no idea that he has this family. They just know he's a lawyer. So I felt like, hey, I have this world I'm building. This is my first series. I'm not going anywhere. I got invited to do a shared world. That's where Reckless Desire came from. That was the first book that was the next book. So they invited me to do this interracial, couple. So I'm like, hey, I need a guy. But I didn't want to write the brother because he'd already been in a book. But like I said, my stories have to connect. Give him brother. Give him not a brother, because I want a world brothers, so I can have several, right?
Yeah.
But it could be just a brother. It had to be the brother, the oldest brother, right?
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
and again, I went to print my favorite place, Pinterest, and I started and I knew they were going to be lawyers. The whole family's a lawyer. They are the top law firm in Georgia. They not just Georgia. They have 10. You saw they said major cities, even out of the country. So I think they had this commercial, Top Dog Law. They are the top dogs, right? And so I just knew that I would start with the oldest brother. And then during that, I don't know, the idea for Nico, it just like spurred. And I said, now, wouldn't this be a mess if I sat here and made Nico mess with this other family sister? I said I'm a chaos queen, right? I said, now that would be messed up if I do something like that. That would set Atlanta on fire. Okay, two big families in Atlanta. Oh yeah, they're gonna have a fit to find out that yes, they're gonna be big mad. So it was just that. So it was, and that was just it. It was just like put it together. It was like chef's kiss. And to
Mhm.
find out, the readers was like, what? So yeah, it made it fun when the readers found out who was who, and the way the character reacted to Vince's brother being there, and then the younger brother getting with this other girl. So yeah, that was the reason why. I just one night I was like, wait a minute, why not? Who said I couldn't? Who's gonna check me? So
Exactly.
This is
who's
my
gonna check
world.
my brothers? Who's gonna check
That's
them?
right.
I will
So yeah.
say that at the beginning of Falling for Jordan, I hated Nico. That 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 in the car driving and the girls
And the girl
and the and he named her like Deep Throat
deep
something.
throat,
I was like,
Denise, right? Deep 13 Denise.
I was like, Jordan,
deep throat today.
friggin' tuck and roll out that car, girl. Like
I know,
like, but by the end of the book, I loved him.
I know. My editor was like, "Girl," I was thinking like, if Jordan don't tell him to turn her back around and take her home,
Yeah,
like exit stage left, bro. Take me home
yes.
now. So
Is it
yeah,
my
that
turn to
was
ask a question?
Hmm.
Oh, I don't, I mean, I'll speak for all of us. We loved how you
I also
incorporated
did.
chess in Reckless Desire. Are you a chess player, or how did you what made you want to pull that into the story?
so. I am not an avid chess player. I'm learning. So I'm learning. Not good at it. Believe it or not, I've read The Art of War. Okay, so I don't know if you caught that she said, she quoted him, she quoted in there, and he picked up on that. So
Yeah.
I just always wanted to incorporate chess, period, with a couple of my characters. I didn't know who was going to do it, but Vince is the perfect. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know any. Either it was going to be Vince or his dad. But I felt like it was definitely going to be Vince because I was always because they're younger. I doubt if I do the parents, they're ever going to have like this much of a storyline. So Vince was perfect for this, being the oldest brother, solving problems, just being strategic. And when you see him in other books, you'll continue to see him. When you saw him in Falling for Jordan, what he said to Derek, he just always, even when he jokes like, "You always talking like Yoda. You always talk you're giving us these type of things." So I just felt
Yeah.
his personality was this old wise guy, and he just would he would, before you make a move, think this.
Yeah.
I just felt like he would just he'd be that guy sitting there, making chess moves. I said, "Oh, now if he met a woman, would he?" Now, what would be if she's like a chess star? And would you believe, not even 2 months before, no, 3 months before I started writing this, I can't, and now and I should have probably put this in the book so I would have had that memorized. There was a young woman. She was a champion, but she wasn't the grand. She wasn't like the grand, but she gotten far up. I want to say she was from Africa, but she was far up. I had saw the movie on Netflix, and that gave me the idea for Dominique that she was actually like winning. You couldn't beat her. Like she go to this chess palace that doesn't exist in Chicago, by the way. It does not exist. But she goes to this
I
chess
really hoped it did.
palace. And it does not exist there. Don't go there. You won't find it. Um, she goes there, and she, you notice she beat the old man, and he said, "Hey, I was gonna be the one beat you. No one can beat her. She's that good." So I just love that this movie I saw, the girl was so good. People were thinking they could beat her and they couldn't. And I just felt like, no, he's not going to beat her. He's not going to beat her. I mean, he's going to beat her later on, but he's not going to beat her now. He can't beat her. It's impossible to win against this woman. So that's why his personality, being this guy who really and truly is methodical. He's about strategy. He's, of course you need to be a strategist when you're being a lawyer. You have to be thoughtful about your moves. You can't let, first bluffing is all about that. You can't let your other player know what you're going to do. You can't move so fast. So it just seemed to fit for him and for Dominique. And
I was
that's why
gonna
I
say I
figured
felt
chess
like
would be
it
great.
very much fit their personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way. Yeah, that's why. I couldn't think of any other characters that I was coming up with or before that would work for them, but those two for sure, for sure. Yeah.
And I love
Definitely.
that you didn't have her like let him beat her.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you read some books and it's like, oh well, I want to be like the simpering girl. I'm gonna let him win this time and then I'll get him. No, Dawn was
Right.
like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the first time. I'm gonna win the third, fifth
Right.
night. Like, I've got this. I loved that. I was that strong, independent women character. I was like, yes.
Right. Right. I mean, it is no offense to anyone who writes that I just can't write those type of women. I don't know how. I try, but if I try to write her like that, she's like, "Girl, if you don't get me up off this floor, help me get me." Like, no, I can't do that. I don't know. I mean, she could, but it'll be just because she's playing that role, maybe role play. But no, she couldn't do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, she would. She's like, "No, I need to win. I need to make this man." And we see why. We know why the man she was married to tried to diminish her, and that's one of her reasons why she wanted to be a dame. Like, I'm not doing this for a man again. But of course, Vince came along and changed her mind.
I loved that so much.
I love that
Well,
so
I
much
love
too.
that they both like did that for each other.
Yes,
I
because he
just
was like,
love
I'm not
that.
being nobody's.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that for nobody. So
Mm-mm.
yeah.
I feel like I gravitate to a lot of the BDSM like
Hmm.
books that incorporate that. And this is truly the first book I've read where there's been that like symbiotic relationship of sometimes I'm gonna sub, sometimes I'm gonna dom, and like they worked it out because like I
Like
mean
the
don't get me
power
wrong, I
exchange.
there's other
The
authors
power
I love.
exchange.
Yeah, yeah, I could not think
Yeah.
of that phrase to
Yeah.
save my life.
Yes.
But yours is the first book I've read like that, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Like
Hmm.
as much as I love reading like a solid dominant and a solid submissive, this it just really kept me entertained, and I was like, who's it gonna be this time? Like who's gonna be on
Yeah.
top? Who's gonna be the
Mhm.
boss? Like who gets to
Right.
call the shots? I just
Because
loved that.
Vince was not easy. It was not easy for Vince at all, and that was the thing. It was not easy for him at all.
When she
It was
made
not
him kneel on that hard floor.
Yes, yes.
And he's like whispering under his breath, and she's like, I heard that.
right. Right. And what you say? He's like, nothing
Yes.
wrong with that.
That was amazing. It was so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we have to know if you
Yeah.
had to choose between Nico and Vince. We're at least narrowing it down between just these two. Who would it be?
You knew that was such. I did not want to answer that question. I was like, "Not both, like
Both together, same time.
birth, they birth her at the same time. Like they don't have to touch. The swords don't have to touch. Like
Yes,
they don't have to touch. The swords don't have to touch.
I love it.
It's so. Mm, oh, it's so hard. Like
We'll let you have both.
I just love what they did for. I just love what he did for Dom. I just love what he did, especially. Just how Nico for Jordan. Like that was so. Because that boy was a playboy. Him
Yeah.
and Josh be run. Because Josh still doing that. I don't even. Somebody said, and I know that's not gonna happen with Chastity and him. I've been fighting them too. They've been in back of my head like we should get together. No, y'all shouldn't.
Nope.
No, y'all shouldn't. I cannot do another Dom and Vince. That's not gonna work. We already got one. I gosh, if I he's seasoned. The oldest is seasoned well. Okay, we talking about that's a seasoned Dom. This is
Hmm.
a seasoned Dom, and I mean, and so would Nico, but I mean Vince is seasoned.
Yeah.
So if I did, I would have to go for the oldest. I would have to go for the oldest brother. I would. I
Okay.
mean, but don't get me wrong. They all you heard what the man said. He said them some pretty motherfuckers. Say all pretty, with them pretty brown browns. They big boys. I don't know. I think I still want both of them. I'm in the
Yes.
middle, happily in the middle. I don't know. They pretty brown eyes. I don't know. Some good looking men's. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, Joy got the bun. That really had me. I was like, Joy, I don't know. Joy, really, you put Joy, I would took Joey because Joy got the bunny crazy. So yeah,
Mhm.
easy.
I totally agree with you there. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I would now. Okay, now Vince. Yeah, give me Vince.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see him get me on the chess table.
Yes.
I agree.
Just swiping the pieces off.
Just swipe the pieces. Come here. I'll be your queen.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay. So, according to Amazon, Club Desire is a large group of books written by quite a few different authors. So, do you all work together to tell these individual stories? Do your characters make appearances in their books and vice versa? This is a huge web of books that I find so interesting.
Yeah. So it's a shared world. We all end up at club. No one overlaps in each other's books. The only ones that we see was the original. If you start with the first book, Courtney Dean, she came up with the idea, which I love these ideas. I'm in another one, which you jump on, there's another one, but this one, Fall of Desire started, I think it was, forgive me if I can't think of I have it right here in front of me. Had it right here in front of me. But it was the Desire series, and they went from like Fall of Desire, I think Summer of Desire, but everything took place at Club Desire. All the stories were there, and yes, Winter of Love or Winter of Love series, and then it was Summer of series, and then it was the Fall of Fall of series, the Fall of Desire. So the first one, the gentleman that Vince saw at when he first walked in at the bar, that was it. That was the only interaction he had to have, was just to see that gentleman, speak to Bethany at the first at the when he comes in, let her know, hey, I'm here. I got a guest pass. I'm here to visit. I could get a membership or not, and that was it. Did not have to see anybody else. Didn't have to read another author's storyline. We just had to say they came to Club Desire, had an episode in Club Desire, was in Chicago, and that was it. And that's what I love about the shared worlds. You can create a story around the main focal point, which was Club Desire. The Club Desire was what brought Vince and Dominique together. Dominique already lived in Chicago, as you remember. So who if you opened up in another author friend of mine, her book, um the young lady also lived in Chicago. She was not a dame, she was just a sub, and her relationship ended and she needed a new person, but she just was going in for different nights and seeing who was there, and that's how she met her new guy. But they didn't start out that way. They just kind of met each other at like a mass night or whatever. Another one, it was a couple. They went there to watch be voyeurs. So it just depends on whatever the author felt they wanted to have for that. Another girl did do a dame story, but that guy was just not. He came there to be dom, to be have a
Mhm.
woman dom him. So that's it. So it's like everybody had a different story throughout, but it had to take place in Club Desire. You come there, anything else afterwards up to you. And as I said, I cannot write stories unless they connect back to my world. That's my golden rule. I'll enjoy your
Yeah.
world so I can cross it back to Atlanta. And that was what it was. This came to their offices in Chicago. And because that we have Club Infinity already, he told them, hey, you can go up to Club Desire and get the same feel if you want. And that's how I ended up, getting into the Club Desire series. But yes, 22 books in total. I can't remember what number I come into, but it's 22 books in total. But none of you won't see Vince or any other characters from this book in any other books or anything like that. But everybody goes to that one club, Club Desire. That's about it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
that's how it was written, honestly.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't until I was doing like research for the outline, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look at like the other books in this specific series, and then it kept popping up with Courtney Dean's name, and I was like, okay, wait, I'm a little confused now. So then I like
yeah,
researched
yeah,
more, and I
yeah,
obviously have not read other books in that specific like Club Desire.
yeah. Yeah, and I like to tell people that it is every last one of them are standalones, none, and I know a couple of them have put like in there that none of our stories connect, so it doesn't confuse anyone, so you
Hmm.
don't feel like, hey, I gotta read them in order. You don't. You can pull a book out of there and be in a totally different world, totally different style of writing, totally like I these books I wrote in third person, like of course for my darks they're going to be in first person and several books will be first person, but these are some people are writing in first person, some people written in third person point of view. Again, like I said, there's a married couple, then there's the dame, then there's somebody who does the I'm the only one that did a power exchange, which was surprising because it was either a typical dom sub relationship, like you said, you normally see dom sub relationship, but it was really cool because I hadn't seen anything like this where you have a group of women pull together, and because they're all women authors, I can say that a group of women pull together a ton of books in a shared world, all BDSM related, and all go to the same club. So that's the first time I got a chance to participate in it. It was kind of cool.
That's cool too, because you kind of touch in each author's fan base. Because even if, like, I read your book first,
Mm-hmm.
then I know that I like that setting, so then I can experience another author that I've never read before.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I read a ton of, I read like 8 of them in there because I was like I didn't read them all, but because I wanted to know for Courtney, Submit to Love, I wanted to know what she was looking for as far as when we, at least for me, understanding what did Club Desire look like. And that was so much fun. Like in my head, when I walked in Club Desire and Submit to Love, I walked in Club Desire in Pleasure to Sin or Surrender to Sin. I Bound to Love. All of them to me sound the same as long as they follow. Because Courtney gave us visual aid, like she gave us what Club Desire looked like
Oh, that's
upstairs. She showed us what it
awesome.
looked like in the
That's
lobby. So
cool.
it wasn't like we were just randomly picking up. Or when she gave us like an actual video, she said, "Hey, it has this the die the raised dice. I always say wrong days. Is it days dice is raised. The stage that they're on is
Mm-hmm.
raised, so you got to see what it looks like. There were cages above the floor of people. It was really cool. Like you
That
could
was
see
cool.
the floor where if she was across the room, I could see Dominic across the room and Vince across the room. She had the actual picture of what it looks like in that lobby downstairs, that lounge where they were in downstairs. So that made it really easy to put together the scene in my head for that when they first met. And that's all you
And I
got to
just
do. You
love
don't
how
have
that
to. Mm-hmm.
it just like that fosters your all's individual writing style while still
Yep.
keeping it within the family type thing. That's really cool.
Yeah. And you'll see it again. I have another one. When we get to that point, ask me what's coming up. I have 2 more coming. I don't mind doing the shared worlds. Like I said, I don't mind doing them if I can link
Yeah.
my people back to my people. If I can't link it back to Atlanta, I ain't doing it. I'm not coming to your world if I can't link my world into it.
Um, all right. Both stories feature involved extensive careers for your main male characters and your female main characters. Does this reflect on your day job, or where were their careers based for these certain characters come from?
Yeah, my day jobs. And aren't y'all tired of people having the same jobs? like, like no, for real. Like there was a post I saw. I followed this content creator for a bookish content creator, and she said, "Come on, authors, we're tired of seeing the football players. We're tired of seeing the rock stars. Give us something else." And I mean, even though that's kind of cool, I thought about it too. I was like, okay, yeah, I've done lawyers. I've done my basketball guy. I mean, I've booked football guy. I've done that. I haven't done police. Oh, I got police officers in my book, but I'm like, nah, I've done. So, I mean, there will be more other ones, but I feel like to change it up, to give you different careers all the time. Like you're gonna meet somebody very soon in my world. If you continue in my world, you're gonna meet people who do all kinds of things. I'll tell you guys on this because you're here. I have a guy. I'm probably gonna say it wrong. I'm probably like it's gonna sound like Geronimo, but he basically studies plant life. Not a botanist or anything, but he's out in the swamp. He's in a swamp, so he checks out the species.
Okay.
He's doing all the species in the back because there's a swamp here in Georgia. So he's out here in the swamp checking for all the different things in the swamp. I met a guy in a bar, y'all, and I told y'all I meet people everywhere. And I said, "Hey, you here in Georgia?" Well, he told me what he did. I was like, "Hey, that's an awesome job." And I got it saved in my computer, so I'll tell you later. I'll email it to you. But when he told me, I said, "So wait a minute. You go around in different places like the woods and things like that." He said, "Yeah." I said, "So tell me, is there a swamp in Georgia?" He said, "Of course there is." He gave me a swamp. Oh, I don't renamed it though. It's a different swamp name. It has to be a different swamp name in my world. It's a different swamp name, but it runs along it runs along North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Just remember that. I have a new town with a swamp in it. And you know a
Oh, I'm
lot of things can
excited.
happen in the backwoods in the swamp.
That's a cool job, though. I've never read a book
It's
with
cool.
a
I
job like that.
never, and I mean, it's such a cool job because you're basically going around, you're surveying swamplands and different horticulture or whatever. He was saying something. It's not a horticultural Geronimo or whatever, but I'm gonna look it. I'm gonna say it. It was like a Geronimo whatever. And I was like, damn, that's pretty awesome. You do that? He was like, yes. Well, give me someplace, and he gave it to me. I went to look it up, and I mean, it's amazing what I found out. And
Huh.
I'm good. Joey and them gonna have some fun in them swamp lands.
Oh,
We gonna have some fun. We gonna talk about. We gonna call you like Mo. Got to come back because I need to know how and why we had this conversation. We know why because Mo said there was a swamp in Georgia and she made the swamp in her book and there it is. Right? You know why.
oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
that's the reason why. Because I work in a field that I've been in for 20 plus years. I've seen some amazing things happen in my. If I can tell people, it's the pharma field. So I've seen some amazing drugs come on the market. I love what I do. But I want to write for a living too, right? So I see I come up with jobs because I think jobs are amazing. We could make up, and if there's a way to go online and Google fascinating jobs, weird jobs. I think there was a show one time too. They used to do that, find weird jobs or something to do your job. So sometimes I just go and do a search on jobs, and I'm like, that's what that character is going to be. That's what that character is going to be. I even have a character now. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a job. She makes her money when she feels like going to get a job. She'll get a flyby job, and she quits it. She's basically like a gypsy. She doesn't want a job. She just enjoys the flexibility of not working for anyone. So I feel like I've never I don't think I've ever I mean I don't think I've read that where she can just, hey, I find a job, go do something and then stop. I've
Yeah.
seen a TV show where there was a girl, she got all degrees now. Girlfriend had a master's. I even want to say she had a doctorate. Didn't work a day of life. I was like, how about your loans? How you get that on? Who paid
Yeah.
for your loans, girl? Because I mean, like, who paying for my loans?
Yeah, really.
I can't not work.
hmm
So, but yeah, I look around for a lot of jobs to make it very interesting for all the characters. I just think it's kind of cool. When you tell
Well,
somebody.
it's
Because
just
here's
like
the other
so
part. Everybody can't be a
inclusive,
millionaire,
like jobs that people do that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
It's
right?
very cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
relatable. Yeah.
yeah, it's
You make it
relatable.
you make it so like cohesive with their character. Like I keep thinking about Jordan specifically, and like that one bit where she first walks into the room and she sees Nico, and she like goes on this spiel about the synergy between the companies. And I'm like, wow, that sounds like legit. Like that sounds like a boardroom talk.
Yeah,
That's
you
it's so
know?
smart.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
that's great.
Like and don't get me wrong, I do my research. I do my and that's the other thing. I always I will give another piece of advice to anyone that's doing this. Do your research. And I don't mean just Google it. If you're gonna Google it, dig into the articles, dig into everything it gives you. I mean, find out. Like I I have gone when I had to take my mom to the hospital once. I asked a nurse about certain, pills for one of my stories. I was like, "Hey, I have a question. Like, I'm just want to ask you a question. Can I bounce it off of you?" And she let me know, and I was like, "Really?" And she said, "Hey, and don't have them stick them anywhere because you can't stick certain drugs everywhere. You have to put in their deltoid muscle." I was like, "Oh, really?" That's why I'm gonna put it in the book. So, it's like, hey, so you'll be amazed at just asking a question where it will take you or just researching certain things. Because sure, Google is there, but no, dig deeper, go into the article, ask questions. I mean, I think it's exciting. And I was about to tell you, Beth, because some of these things, everybody's not gonna be a millionaire. I'm not
Right.
writing. I mean,
Yeah.
they're millionaires because they do other stuff. Like, here's the thing: you could be next door to a millionaire because guess what they did? They invested.
Mhm.
Like, I'm creating characters that may be surface doing one thing, but they're doing something else too, and that's what makes them wealthy. They
Yeah.
may not be working they're working a different type of job, but their career is something else. I'm not always going to create. Oh, they're billionaires. No, I resonate with people who look like you and I. They're working their 9 to 5 and they may have a little bit of wealth. That's it. But but then when I get to the ones that's up there, I can kind of understand what they have, but it's not relatable because we
Yeah.
jokingly said this in a panel I went to. It was like, how many people walk in a room with a billionaire? Not many, not many.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, but it's fun. It's escapism, right? I'm not
Yeah.
taking away. It's
Right.
escapism. It's escapism. It's what we want. That's what we're giving you an escapism. But I also want you to have something relatable. So when I write about the girl next door who is owning a coffee shop, who's owning a bake shop, who started her bakery, who's a cake, who could be even a seamstress. She could be a hairstylist, But I'm trying to find stuff that's kind of current, content creator. I have a
Oh
content
yeah.
creator coming out. I'm a content creator,
Ooh.
and
That's
and I'm gonna be honest. I have a cannabis guy. God is a cannabis king. Like he sits online, roll him up while he's talking, and
Yeah.
he's spitting knowledge. And they're like, "Oh yeah, he's the cannabis king, and he's spitting knowledge." Meanwhile, the girl he wants to talk to, she's a fashion stylist. So it's just trying to find the balance of what's real to you, and it's relatable because hey, I can go online, I can find someone who looks like her, someone who looks like her, who sounds like her, who's doing all those same things. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
love
will
that you
say,
took that.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead, Amber. Sorry.
I said
Oh,
I
sorry,
will
Amber.
say on your like asking the nurse and her being like, well, you have to put it in like certain parts and you have to do it a certain way. It's like when I watch medical shows and they do something wrong and it makes you cringe on the inside.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you have millions of dollars to make this show and you don't do your research.
Right.
So
Like, come
I
on,
definitely get
we're
that.
watching you.
Yeah.
That's what I was literally
I
gonna
have
say
seen a few
because
things. I
like
was like, come on, now you know that would never happen in real life. That's not the things they're doing. Is like they would never let us see or have it happen like that in an ER. But okay,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
TV. I'll let you get away
Okay.
with it.
yeah.
Okay,
Totally shock everyone that codes. Yep.
exactly.
That's like one of my biggest pet peeves because I like to read books. So like everybody that knows me knows I ride horses. I've ridden horses since I was like 7 months old. So I like to read books about like people that ride horses, people that show horses. And whenever I read something and you can just tell that it would have taken like 5 minutes of research, like when you're
Hmm.
talking about a girth versus a cinch, it just drives me off the wall when they say it wrong. And I'm like, it literally would have taken you like all of 5 minutes to call someone or to just like even just Google it, like you said, and find an answer. But like you didn't. And now the whole community is just shaking
No,
their
you
heads
didn't do
with
your job.
sadness.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Well, Sheila, just know I'm gonna be blowing up your phone and blowing up your inbox,
If you
cause
ever have any character that wants to ride a horse, you call me. I got you. I love it.
I got you. We gonna be talking real soon, girl. We gonna be talking real soon.
That's how I
This
feel
whole
about
thing.
firefighter books
I'm
too,
gonna be
because
so excited.
I
I'm gonna be
buy
so.
any book that has a firefighter on the cover. So
Oh, now you're gonna be trying to fight. Now you're gonna be trying to write a firefighter, girl.
my husband's a
I
firefighter,
don't
so
have a firefighter yet.
I want
Oh,
it.
I gotta think about a firefighter story, but it'll be good. It'll be a good one. It'll be a good one too.
There you go.
Mm.
I gotta think about a firefighter story. We'll talk, Amber. We'll figure out how we throw a firefighter in here.
Yes.
I don't know where, but we'll figure out how we'll throw it in. We haven't started a fire.
I mean, that's okay.
Some fire stories. We need someone to start a fire in one of these books, like a really serious fire. I like that
Not
idea.
just the metaphorical fire,
No,
like
right?
the real flames. All right, no. So, what is next for you? You've like teased Joey's books. What else is sitting in your
Yes.
pipeline? What are you most excited about?
Yes. Okay. So, well, part of what you just said with the horses. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. One is already on Amazon. So if you're listening, you can jump on Amazon. There's a pre-order already up. Another shared world is called the Rent Me series. Foxy's Renegade. My book is called Writer, Rent Me Writer. That's my MFMM. Again, you guys met her already. It is Jordan's best friend, Nikki. It's
Ooh.
Nikki's story.
Oh,
I was gonna try to
exciting.
do Jordan first, but the powers that be. Like I said, I need another set of hands. So while I'm writing Nikki, somebody with my other hands writing Jordan, Jade story, Jordan's twin sister. So because I'm under the crunch to get writer done, I will give it the proper time to do writer, and then I'll circle back and do Jade, because it's not like I'm doing you got to read Jade first, you got to read Jade to read
Hmm.
writer. They're just two separate stories, but they're friends. I kind of wanted Jade to have hers first, but nevertheless we're going to do writer. So that comes out September 22nd.
Okay.
Again, pre-order it. It's going to be good. I'm saying it because it's me. I'm not going to doubt myself. That it's gonna be good.
No.
Yeah, it is the first right choose. I've talked about it. Uh, the girls they want it. I
Mm-hmm.
want it for Nikki. Nikki's about that life. Hey, you ever heard Princess song, "Darling Nikki"? Run it and run it and run it back. You'll know. Then you'll know. And like I said, I like to connect the worlds. I had not. You notice it was Moretti and another name, right? Moretti and Valentino. I had
Yes.
not introduced the Valentino family. Well, the Valentino family will be introduced in this book, so that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
exciting.
You read it because the Valentino family will be introduced in the writer series in this writer book. After that, the next book that is up technically that has a date is I won't say the title because I can't say it before it's released, but it's your cowboy. It's a cowboy story. It's a cowboy story. And that's why I said, yes, Sheila, I need to talk to you because
Yes.
there will be horses. There'll be horses. I was gonna do my Google thing because they said equine. It's like an equine ranch. I'm doing because it's an equestrian
Equestrian. Hmm.
equine ranch. Because horses are therapeutic. It's supposed to be a
Yes.
healing ranch. These are military men who have left the military or they retired or whatever reason, and they're coming back to society. And here they're meeting some bomb women, of course. So I'm doing another enemies to lovers. So therefore, this military guy is not feeling it. He's Mister. I go by the book. I wake up every morning. I do my workout, and I go make sure my horses, cows, and everybody else do what they need to do. Get on my face. Until this girl comes to the town with all her bubbly attitude and doing all the fan line dances on the ground. He's like, does she really travel around with the fan? Like, so she's the one that doesn't have a job. She travels.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
she's the one that doesn't have a job, just traveling, enjoying herself. Now, her connection is to my rock star band, the lead singer. That's her cousin.
Cool.
So that
Okay.
yeah, so that one comes out. The release date is in November, but you will start seeing them talk about it in August because that's just the way it does in the shared world. So those are officially the ones that will be talked about first. Now, yes, I'm talking about Joey because in my Patreon users, Patreon members get to see me write it get to watch me write it. So if you're listening and you would like to see me watch me and enjoy the behind the scenes of this dark romance unfold, that's what's happening. I've already shared the cover, I've shared the title, I've shared all of my visual inspo. I even gave some NSF art. So yeah, NSFW art. And baby, Joey, Joey Moretti. Lord,
I'm literally
what?
taking notes.
What? What? Listen, I even make sure y'all get it exclusive here. The bookish friends here, my book club friends here that got me on, y'all would have to get first dibs. I have to make sure y'all get dibs on that because
Yes,
he's just
please.
chef's
Mm.
kiss.
You.
Yes, Joy's just
A paper full of notes about Mo.
don't worry, Sheila. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking. I'm telling you, I'm excited for him. I really wish I did not commit to these share worlds because I so bad want to get him done. I was so gung ho, and you know how you look up at the clock, you're like, wait a minute, time is moving, and I gotta write these other stories. And Joy's like, I'll be right here. Don't worry. Where am I going, Mo?
I'm
You be
waiting.
right here. I'll be waiting for you. Don't worry. I'm sitting right here, cutting up with my girl. Listen, the stuff that that I've been sharing and the ideas that I have are just amazing because it just to me keeps growing my world, keeps making the world, and that's why I say it's hard for me to have a block when so much is happening in my head, and if I do have
Yeah.
a block, I'm gonna find a way to knock it down, find somewhere to get rid of it, because man, I just want y'all to get these stories. It's like I think I'm gonna start recording it, and that way, you know, I said addiction to type it. I think I'm gonna start doing that because maybe I can get some
Oh
books out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll do it that
That's
way.
a good
Yeah,
idea.
so that's what's next. That's what's next as far as the books. This week in Georgia, I know they won't hear this yet, but I have RAWR, ARAWR, which is a book signing event here in Columbus, Georgia. It was here last year in Douglasville, so that's a book signing here. In September, I will be at Ignited by Books. I know I'm saying it wrong, but it's IBBAE. Um, that's in Ontario, Canada. And then I'll be at Steamy Lit in
Ooh,
Anaheim, California. Yes, in
Ooh.
October.
that's a big
So those are
one.
my upcoming events to the end of the year. I don't think I'm going to try to squeeze in anything else. I need to be writing, so no.
Right.
I
I
just
hear
stay
you.
focused on writing. Because my goal is to give you Joey before the end of the year. That is like a
Mm.
goal. I want Joey done before the year is out. I literally want everyone to have Joey because he's been on
Joey's
my
coming for
back.
Christmas.
I want him for Christmas. I really do. I want him out for Christmas. I really want him because he's like, girl, come on, Mo, let's give the people what they want.
Right.
I know what I'm putting on my list of Santa.
Okay, I'm putting the list with Santa too. Okay, she went because another reader came to my table and I was telling her about it. She said she has a request, so I really gotta I really gotta get this. I love when readers have a request and then put a request. People like, oh, but that's a lot of pressure on you. I don't care. I like the pressure. So for me, that scene, now that I'm like, Joy, you got to stay in the lines for this scene. You got to because it's a good scene. If you stay in the lines, I promise you, the payout will be great.
Mm.
Make it deals with my own characters, but the payout will be great. So yeah, I think it will work. He'll stay in the lines because I already kind of did a little map of what I think he should do in that. But she gave me a really, you know how you as the reader, what do you want to see in a book that you haven't seen, even if somebody else did it? But what would you like to see more of? And she said, I would like to see more of this. I haven't seen this in a while, or the last time I saw this was like back in the '90s or something. And I'm like, bet I got you. She's
Mm.
like, we don't see this anymore. And I don't want to
Yeah.
tell it because if I tell it,
Right.
let me think. By the time I ain't gonna stay on the line. I'll tell you
Yeah.
offline. I'm
We
recording, but then
understand.
I'll tell you offline.
That's
That'll be between
fair.
the four of us. There, they're not gonna get that. They're like,
Exactly.
oh man, Mo didn't put it on. Nope, you gotta read it when it come out.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Absolutely. Okay, so you
So,
already kind of answered this. It says, what other events do you have lined up in 2025 or early 2026 that listeners and readers can have these on their radar?
Oh, and early 2026 then. Lit in the Low Country. That's in Charleston. That's April. And also, that's 2026. That's going to be Sinners and Saints. That's a dark romance. That will be in Miami. And IRA, that's Interracial Authors Event. Those are all in the spring. I don't know yet. Put a pin in it if I'll be back for a Polycon. Pin it.
Yeah.
Because that's three back to back in the spring. I don't know if I can do four.
Right. Yeah.
I only need three back to back. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Pin a Polycon, but those three are for sure. We have Lust in the Low Country. IRA, which is Interracial Authors Event, and Sinners and Saints in Miami.
Where was Lit in the Low Country?
That's in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yep, that's in March. Mhm.
Yeah, we're like planning our 2026 trips.
Oh,
So
awesome.
we had to know where you're going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sinners
You know,
and
I'd love
Saints
to
would be
see that.
cool.
I
Yes,
know
yes,
that's what I
yes.
was thinking. We could do a week
But
in Florida.
Yeah,
I'm
that'd be
too old
great.
for Miami though, man.
And who said we listen? The event they have, you go find something to do one thing, but you too be too busy for the event at Sinners and Saint. When I
Okay.
tell you, it's such an event, and it's a dark romance event. You'd want to stay with everything they do for the dark romance.
Okay.
And I'm one of the sponsors. We're gonna have it so much that you want to stay in the event to do the event stuff.
Okay, I could do that.
We'll let here it is. You could go find something to do like we did. We found something to do like one night because that's you come to do something in the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much to do at the event that you wouldn't want to leave the hotel that we're having it at. That's just my opinion. I feel like, and I could be saying I'm biased because I know
That's
I'm
good.
not helping anything, but I know what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm one of the sponsors. So, yeah.
What do you know off the top of your head, Mo, what like month or even weekend that is?
Hang on, I'll tell you.
I've seen it advertised. I just can't think of.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking spring for some
It's
reason,
definitely spring.
early spring, but
Let me make sure. It may not even be next year. Let me make sure. It may be. You know what? I take that back. You got another year for that one, so don't worry. We good. Sinners and
oh,
Saints is
oh,
not even next year. It is
that's
Oh.
27.
2027. Yep,
Okay, so we
and
got
it's
we got
March.
time. We can save
We
up for
got
that.
time. We got
Yeah.
time. We
Yes.
got time. It's
Yes.
Perfect.
2027. We got time. We got time. We are
Okay.
good. I just pulled it up. Yep, it's March 12th through the 14th, 2027. So we're good. We're good. But that other one, Lust in the Low Country. Low Country
Because I also
2026.
love South Carolina.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina. And that's March 20th through the 22nd. And
Okay, we'll have to
then,
be on lookout for tickets for that.
yes.
Because we were
And
kind of deciding if we wanted to do a Polycon next year, but I do feel like a lot of the same authors are year to year at a Polycon, and we really wanted to be like able to expand who we get to see. So we kind of like been waffling back and forth on do we want to do like just like that Saturday ticket for a
Mhm,
Polycon, but I
mhm.
would rather spend money and go like a whole weekend somewhere. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, I am trying, like I said, I'm trying to keep it to, I was gonna say the interracial romance event is April 16th through the 18th, and that's Jacksonville Beach, Florida. That's next
okay,
year. That's next year. That's the one in Jacksonville.
and
That's
a
the one.
Polycon would be like right after that.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying that's like,
Yeah,
and
the
then
next
the
weekend.
Lush and Low Country is in March, which is just so that's why I'm
Oh my
trying not to
gosh.
back to back. That's why I
Yeah.
said putting a pin in a Polycon because I did go last year. This year that was my dream to go, so I got to go.
Mhm.
And as you said, I don't want to go someplace. And I had gotten this from actually CM Munich's PA, who said they don't normally go back to the same place the next year because of that reason. Is you're coming back to a place that sometimes people come back to. And why come back to a place everyone knows you? Go to a
Mm.
new event that no one knows you in a
Yeah.
different, state. So I'm kind of keeping that in mind, not go to the same places over and over again. But RAR is here in my state, but she's moved it to a different city. So it was in Douglasville last year. This year it's in Columbus. Next year she's taking it to a different location in Georgia, and then she's taking it out to Tennessee in 2020.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so I like that. Oh, that's another one. I'm actually going to be in Tennessee next year. Tennessee LitCon. Tennessee
Oh,
LitCon.
okay.
Wow.
Let me get the dates and give you that one. That's later in the year, but it's Tennessee LitCon. I want to say it's in August. When I met someone at Sinners and Saints this year, they invited me to come there, and I filled out the interest form, and I got invited. So Tennessee LitCon. But I will come. I will get the dates for you because I literally just got invited to that. I just got
Okay.
an invite for that one. So that's definitely a go. Um, so yeah, that comes to mind. But you said early, so that's later. But those are the ones that's definitely in the spring. Those two for 2026.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I wrote all of that down.
Hmm.
Yay.
Yay. I'm so excited. I tell you all about the readers for me. Yes, 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 yes. And the fact that by then those books will be out. So
Yes.
I'm like, yes. It's all that matters.
We'll
Like,
just
oh,
be swarming you with stacks for
yeah,
signatures.
right. Like, yes, come. Just like that conversation we had with horses. Like, oh my God, I'm just excited when you said that. Do you understand how excited I was over here when you said you've been writing since you were 3? Do you understand the girl that's going to be in the books been writing since she was 3?
I didn't know. I shot my shot, and here we
You
go. Here
shot
we
your
are.
shot. And that's what I'm saying. All this. Listen, I always say there's reasons why things happen. I'm always
Mhm.
going to tell people there's things that are kismet. They're just things that happen supposed to be. And I had no idea that you rode horses. You had no idea I was working. Because when we get, listen, I can't, I'm not going to tell it all here. But when you said that my wheels started turning, you said since 3. So you know the character, the FMC will have to have ridden a horse since she was 3. So there.
I'm
So I can't-
obsessed with this. I freaking love it.
she had not have ridden the horse. She had to have ridden the horse. I'm not going like, oh, she just went online and figured out how to ride a horse. No, she's been riding since she was 3 years
No,
old. So it makes
she was
sense.
riding before she walked.
Exactly. So it makes sense for what happens when she meets the MMC for all the things that goes. You know how when a guy's so grumpy and all the things that he's thinking, oh, my horse won't like you and my dogs and my cats won't like you. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
all the things that, like, wait a minute, this girl came and she's the horse whisperer?
I love it. Yes.
So yeah. We gonna talk. Don't worry, Sheila. You look at you gonna have your name on the book. If it wasn't for Sheila, I wouldn't know shit about horses.
I would literally buy 2 books so I could tear the page out of one and I would hang it up. Like I would blow it up and hang it on my wall. I'd make you sign that too. I'd be like,
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you the that way you don't look. It'll be the Arthur one where they had a little don't sell one. That way we can tear that apart. The Arthur one that we can just give that one. I'll give that one to you. No worries.
oh, I love it.
Yes, no, I love it. I'm telling you, I had no idea, but that just like, oh, that just made just have no
Feel it.
idea how happy that made me. Yes.
Ugh.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you, Mo, for coming on and talking to us and giving us a look at your thought process and your writing process. We appreciate it, and we've had a lot of fun. We're so glad that we met you at a PolyCon.
Yes, I'm so glad you guys stopped by. I just can't get over it. Like I said, this is by far the best. I don't know who's gonna top this. I don't know how. It'll be a very long time. It'll be stuck forever in a day. Like they said, what's your most memorable? This will be forever the most memorable moment for the simple fact again, I know other authors talk about it. I've had people come to me. I had you're my favorite author moment, right? I had that happen, or someone who said, "Oh my God, you're Mo Flames." I'm like, like in my head, I'm like. And then I got home, I said, "Babe, someone fangirled me." I was acting silly, like, and he said, "You so." I said, inside, I was like, "Ah!" And it happened twice in one day, though. It happened twice. Like a girl said, "I think I have your book," and when she went on her Kindle, it was from my first series. And she freaked out once she realized it was me. She's like, oh, "You're the author! You're the author!" And she's like, "I need the other books." And her husband called. He said, "You're there with the author right now. You're like there with the author." She's like, "I'm here with the author. I want to buy the book." And he paid for her to get the books. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And
I
then
love
she
that.
called.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and she wanted my friend on Facebook. She's my friend on Facebook now. She just, you know how to have someone like, "Oh my God, you're my friend on Facebook," and I'm like, inside I'm thinking like, "Girl, I'm just a regular old human, regular human. What you talking about?" But this right here, this moment where I'm at again a Polycon where I'm hearing names, Nalini Singe, Eva Chase, you're hearing the big names, right? Being told this number ticket got me coming in line.
Right.
And you're sitting over here, you're like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, let me sign your book. let me sign this. Let me sign your autograph." You're just signing things. You're hoping someone will come by so you can tell them about your books. And you have Sheilyn come by and she's telling you, "Oh yeah, I read your book." You're like, "Yeah, right, yeah, right." And then you're like, "Oh, I read your book," and I'm like, "Oh, you did." I'm telling you, my girlfriend and I, we talked about you. I don't know if your ears were burning, but we talked about you for like the rest of the afternoon. And then again, the next week she said, "Did she hit you up?" I said, "She hit me up." And
I know.
was like, and I'm on podcasts. Like I do podcasts. This is nothing new, but to have a reader and you guys, this is so much fun. I can't wait for you to have more authors. I wish you so much. I'm supporting you. I will tell everyone about it. Like, believe me, it will go far because this is fun. It's friends. You're talking
right.
books. Like, oh my God, how could you not go far when you're talking about what people love, which is an escapism? You're taking them out of the real world, putting them in another real world, and getting us worked up about real things that are happening in these books, driving people insane, getting them hot in the draws. Looking at their spouse like, honey, why are you doing that to me? Like, can we call that later? But I love that you're doing this for your readers.
Well, just thank you again, Mo, for taking the time out of your day to jump on here with us. And we've just had such a blast. So thank you, listeners, for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.